What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen. Dana White finally dropped some bangers yesterday and he announced UFC Fight Night Saudi Arabia headlined by Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. We also have Sergey Pavlovich versus Volkov. Great fight. Don't know why fucking Nasrat hack pressed Jared Gordon is the featured fight. That's probably wrong. Pretty interesting decision to get Kelvin Gastelum to fight twice in one night. You know, probably trying to compete with Misfits. So W Dana for that one. But all jokes aside, we got Kelvin Gastelum, D-Rod, Shara Bullet versus Ihor Pateria, and Johnny Walker versus my boy, the Human Thumb, Volkan Oezdemir. Great fight night card. Finally, we get a good fucking fight night card. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. And today, I want to talk about the main event. I want to talk about Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. And when you look at this fight and when you look at the online reaction to it, most people are actually kind of leaning towards Robert Whittaker, bro. I saw MMA Guru picked Robert Whittaker. I saw Lucas Tracy picked Robert Whittaker. And I'm seeing a lot of people replying to my post about it on Instagram saying, bro, Whittaker's going to win this, dude. He's going to take it to the late rounds. He's going to destroy Chimaev. He's going to expose him. And he's going to, he's going to weather the early storm. He's going to weather the early storm. I don't think he is, bro. I love Robert Whittaker. As soon as I saw this, I said, bro, pour one out for a real one, bro. Rest in peace, Bobby Knuckles, bro. I'm picking Chimaev, dude. I'm picking Chimaev round one submission. Now, listen, man. Even if this doesn't get finished in the first round, which will be a dominant round for Chimaev, he takes down every single person he fights in the first, minute of his fights. It's going to happen. It happens every single fight, dude. If Kamaru Usman can't stop you from taking him down, bro, you're going to get taken down by Chimaev, okay? That was going to be a real test, I think. I think if Usman could stop him, it was going to be a thing of, okay, if somebody's physical enough, if somebody's big enough, somebody's strong enough, they might be able to stop this, right? It might just be like pipsqueak welterweights that are getting bodied, but Usman, big 170 pounder, not a huge 85er, but the best takedown defense at one of the best takedown defenses ever in UFC history. Got taken down one fucking time before Chimaev took him down 4 times. And when people talk about the Usman fight, they're not talking about that. They're being like, oh, Chimaev gassed really hard against Usman. Oh, Chimaev got outstruck by Usman. Oh, Whittaker's going to make it to round 3 and TKO him. First of all, can I just say, where did this narrative of Chimaev gassing out come from? I watched both of those fights, his fight versus Usman and his fight versus Burns. He won round 3 against Burns. Burns was like wobbling, leaning against the fence, getting beat the fuck up, almost got TKO'd.
Oh, but Chimaev starting to tee off. Burns in a world of trouble, or so it would seem.
So I'm not really sure where that's coming from, because he won round 3 in that fight. And that was a crazy pace. Like, anyone would have been slowing down in that pace, right? That's number 1. Number 2, the Usman fight, he landed more strikes than Usman. In every, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? He landed more strikes than Usman in that fight over 3 rounds. The striking numbers are basically the same all 3 rounds. And Chimaev took him down every round. Chimaev took him down 4 times. He took him down in every single round. So I'm not really sure where this narrative of Chimaev just dies off a cliff the second the fight leaves round 2, because that's just not true, bro. That is just simply not fucking true when you actually watch this guy fight. I think people are just searching for an opening in the armor, dude. I think they're just searching for a fucking weakness in this guy. And when you take into the fact that he broke his hand in the Usman fight, that's definitely going to affect your confidence wrestling, your ability to strike as well. I don't like this for Whittaker, man. I don't like this for Whittaker because he does get jittery, bro. Like, he does get jittery. He was jittery against Dricus. He was jittery against Israel Adesanya. He's going to be on edge against Chimaev. Like, how can you fucking not be, dude? And when I watched back Robert Whittaker versus Dricus du Plessis, and I watched back some of his other fights, I think one thing people are overestimating is, oh, Whittaker's a bit chinny. Like, Chimaev might be able to KO him. I don't think he's going to KO him, dude. I think Whittaker's going to be on point with that. But Dricus du Plessis grabbed Robert Whittaker, did a head and arm trip that you see in like a white belt jiu-jitsu competition, and had him on his side threatening a DAS for like 30 seconds at the end of round 1. I'm going to put the screenshots on screen right now. Dricus du Plessis got a chance to take Robert Whittaker's neck with a DAS choke multiple times in round 1. This was late in the round. And can we talk about the fact that when Robert Whittaker got up from that, he looked kind of tired, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He looked kind of gassed. He looked kind of gassed after that first round with Dricus. And I think the physicality of Chimaev, the explosiveness, especially early on. And dude, if Dricus du Plessis can get you in a Das choke pretty quickly, Chimaev is gonna have, I'm willing to say, at least 3 minutes of control time to work with to find a choke. And I just think that is too fucking long against Chimaev. And Robert Whittaker doesn't have the jiu-jitsu of Gilbert Burns to deter him. Right? Chimaev could not take down Gilbert Burns, use his physicality on him because he was scared of getting submitted. Right? Robert Whittaker does not have the submissions off his back that Burns has. He doesn't have the natural, like, freak one-shot KO power that Burns really has. Even the KO power that Usman has, the takedown defense that Usman has. I just don't think Whittaker has those things to really deter Chimaev from taking him down when he needs to. And I think Chimaev's boxing is a little bit underrated. His cardio, for some reason, people really think he has bad cardio. I don't see that at all. Like, you're naturally going to slow down, ragdolling somebody. The strikes against Usman were like 60-3 in that first round. And he still was able to take down Usman basically at will. When he needed to take him down, he could take him down, right? He got stuffed a couple of times. But when he had to lock in and take him down, he fucking did. And if you rewatch that fight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think a lot of people are almost looking for a way to beat Chimaev in this fight. I don't think Whittaker's the guy to do it. I think Dricus is an interesting test for him. I think Dricus is a dangerous fucking matchup for Chimaev. I even think Izzy is a dangerous matchup. Simply because Izzy has that weird KO power when he's supposed to lose. I don't know. I just don't think Whittaker has the chin, the power, or the jiu-jitsu to really make this, a gritty kind of fight where he survives or he presents some sort of danger where Chimaev can't just take him down and find his neck with the Das choke. I really think the Das choke is going to be what happens in this fight. I'm going to say they move around for a little bit at the start. Chimaev maybe gets hit with a couple of good, like, oblique kicks, seems kind of smiling a little bit at Whittaker. Then he just blast doubles him, gets to his back, drags him down, holds him down, gets some good elbows in. He threatens a couple of chokes. Whittaker kind of defends decently well. More ground and pound. Then Whittaker tries to wrestle up, because Whittaker loves to wrestle up. He's always going to shoot for those legs. I think Whittaker tries to wrestle up. Chimaev locks up a Das. We get about a minute where he kind of readjusts it, maybe switches it, and then he gets the tap in round one, or maybe Whittaker just goes out. I'm seeing a round one submission for Chimaev, dude. And I think the thing that makes this even more, interesting is the winner of this is getting a fucking title shot, bro. Dana White, Kingpin himself, said the winner of this is getting a fucking title shot. So I do think Dricus is a dangerous matchup for Chimaev. I think Dricus is probably the best chance to beat Chimaev at middleweight. I don't think Izzy would. He has a weird kind of chance just because of his fluky KO ability. But honestly, I think Dricus is your best bet right now to beat Chimaev. So that's my pick for this main event. That's what I think of it. I do think there's going to be a round one Das. I think Chimaev's going to be able to get his neck because, again, I showed you those pictures. I think Dricus showed kind of Robert Whittaker's, his willingness to wrestle up really quickly is going to get him in trouble in this fight, dude. Plus the fact that he's like, he's not an old middleweight, but he's taken a lot of fucking damage, dude. And he is a bit of a slow starter. And round one is usually his worst round, and that's Chimaev's best round, right? Like Kamaru Usman, he's not going to get finished in round one. Like, he's that fucking good naturally. Even on short notice, I didn't really get the sense he was going to get finished in round one. I thought he would get caught with a crazy punch or some shit round two after a decent first round. But yeah, dude, I don't like this for Whittaker. As for the rest of the card, I don't really have my full predictions for the other fights. I would say the hardest fight to predict, honestly, is Sergey Pavlovich, Alexander Volkov. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what fight you think is like the hardest to predict. But dude, I literally cannot decide who's going to win, Pavlovich or Volkov. Seeing Pavlovich get put out cold on some fucking like Andy's coming type shit, it's really weird looking at him now, bro. I almost feel bad for the guy. Like, I almost see him as like this little cutie patootie type. No, I'm just kidding, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you just get less scared of someone if you've seen them KO dead. And I think Volkov has a weirdly good chance being long, rangy, awkward. He's a big motherfucker as well, but he is a little bit chinny. We haven't really seen him get rocked badly in a couple of fights though, so I do think he has a decent chance, but I don't know. This is probably the toughest one to predict. I'm liking Volkan Özdemir's chance in this. I think Shah Magomedov's going to get a crazy KO. And you can't lose to fucking Neil Magny and have me pick you, bro. So I'm going to pick Kelvin Gastelum. I'm pretty sure D-Rod was cut from the UFC and now he's back. So I'm going to pick Kelvin Gastelum in that fight, but I don't know. When we get closer to it, I'll do a full card prediction video about it because it is a great pay-per-view. Sorry, great fight night card. Better than some of the pay-per-views we're fucking getting at this point. And it's good to see. You know, this should be, I don't want to say this should be the standard for fight nights, but clearly you have the capability to fucking do this for a fight night when the right amount of money comes in. So, I don't know, man. I would like to see the Apex kind of phased out, or maybe every third fight night card we get the Apex and then we get event, you know, like stadium show, Apex, stadium show, like a venue, Apex, venue, Apex. These small venues like they're doing this weekend for New Jersey, perfect. Those are fucking lit, bro. Those are almost like better fights when it feels like a old school UFC fight. So I think I like to see this from the UFC. I hope we get more cards like this in the future, but this is my initial reaction to the Saudi Arabia card. I'm picking Chimaev by submission. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I feel like there'll be a lot of people that agree with me. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below who you got. What do you think of the card? Make sure you drop a like if you're enjoying the videos at the moment. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're trying to hit 25K. Channel's going crazy at the moment. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, go follow me on Instagram at Bedtime MMA. I'll see you in the next video, boys. Goodbye.